Hi, this is KSP with Tape, and today you join me for the second part of my Duna mission, the Duna Rescue, as you can see on screen. I've slightly modified the ship to have a little more fuel, more landing legs, and be able to carry two people. Now, I've already taken the other guy out of the thing, so there's just Bill Kerman. All of this video is at about 4 times time accelerate, because it took a while and I wanted to put this all into one video so I can move on to better things, because this is dragged out, and there are some problems with this video, so it's been a while. And I kind of just wanted to get it done, but I don't think I took anything away from the quality. So, yeah. Anyway, you can see it's launching, the same launch stage, light as possible. It's just dropping the first stage and moving on to the second. Pushing up to, well, doing my gravity turn. I did that quite high up, I think. If you haven't seen the first episode, it would be a good idea to watch that, because it explains how Jebediah Kerman bravely flew the Mark I of this ship to Duna and landed and smashed the engine and fell over and ruined everything, because he, and definitely not me, I'm a brilliant pilot, but I screwed up horribly. And I had landed that same ship before, and I've landed on Duna a lot of times, but I don't know, I'm not brilliant at parachute and engines, because I'm not really sure why. I should work on that. Anyway, we're coming up out of the atmosphere right now. Just kind of getting to the burn. And I've kind of haven't cut out too much from this video. I've cut out some of it because there's a lot of maneuvers, because I spent ages doing maneuvers, and there's just a lot of burns in this video. So, yeah. So we're just kind of pulling up a little off the horizon so I don't go over apoaps, because when I do the orbital burn, I try as hard as possible to stay behind the apoaps. Now I'm pretty sure this is no mods, there's no MacJeb, no anything, and I don't use quantum fuel transfer anymore because I figured out the problem I was having because I use Ubuntu. There was a problem with a key mapping for transfer fuel, but I've sorted that, that's fine. So it'll make my Starship series a lot easier. If you haven't seen my KSP, a proper interplanetary starship video, check that out, that's very cool. I think my start menu just buzzed up, an Ubuntu start menu. Ubuntu being not brilliant for gaming, I use it, but it's not good for gaming, so, Windows it. But anyway, let's talk about the video, not my operating system. We're just coming up to, where are we coming up to? I'm not sure, I'm just spinning wildly now. Oh, it's because I decided to just keep spinning to conserve energy. Oh yeah, I've got my solar panels out, because in 2.1, as I'm sure almost all of you know, you do need power for torque, and I'm carrying 4,100 electric charge, which should be enough, I think, hopefully, probably. And you can see it 4 times time accelerate. Bill Kerman is going mental. Sorry for that blip there, I accidentally clicked pause and some other stuff happened and things, but anyway, we're coming up to my burn. I think I need to split it, about 2 minutes or something. Oh no, because I did it 2 minute split, because I am going to have to switch to the nuclear engine at some point and allow for that kind of time. But anyway, it's quite a long burn because I'm on a weak ass engine, and I'm about to go to a weaker ass engine. This is at 4 times and it's still taking a while. When I actually did it, it was kind of painful. And I hope the quality is better than it is on my screen on YouTube, because it's a little low on my editing software, it's a little crap. But anyway, we're doing most of the burn. I screwed it up a little. We didn't quite get to... Yeah, I'm past halfway and haven't burned half the delta V, but it's near enough. And it does work out-ish fine. At 4 times time accelerate, kind of 4 times time accelerate on my screen. No, 4 times time accelerate in the video and 4 times in the game. So that's like what, 16 times time accelerate, and it's still taking ages. It's ridiculous, and these side tanks have burned out, and I eject them, and that wasn't that impressive at normal time accelerate. Oh, now we're back to 1 times. And we've broken Kerbin orbit. Not broken its orbit, just broken free. Then everything looks fine, all systems nominal, and we're coming up. And I think next time I land on Duna, I'm going to take a different lander, a much shorter lander that isn't awful, because even this was pretty awful. Anyway, I've just got rid of the maneuver node so that I can do it by eye, because I wasn't quite on the maneuvers So I just kind of sorted it out like that. So we're coming up pretty close to where it should be. There you go, close encounter. Yeah, that's like, it's pretty close now. I'm just pushing it slightly, trying to get it in there. It's going crazy on my screen. And there you go, encounter, trying to bring the perigee down. It's still at about 15 million meters. So yeah. So I've got that. I'm just gonna point retrograde and bring it down to about 14 million, just as low as possible, so I have to do less later, because I'm all about perfection, which you probably can't tell, because I'm not that perfect. Anyway, so now I'm going to solve the ascending node problem, and that'll get us closer. And on a more equatorial orbit, I try to get it to not a number, which is displayed as NAN, which is a Java function, or Java something function, as in not a number. So I'm just rotating the ship so that I can burn out. And you can see on those outer, I've got normal chutes and drogue chutes, because it's important to have as many chutes as possible, I discovered. I think I have 3 normal chutes and 2 drogue chutes, because on Duna you want drogue chutes to slow you down a bit, and then you want a lot of chutes so you don't have to use too much fuel, which actually goes horribly for me, because I crash a lot. Not in this video, this is the rescue video, where I don't crash on camera. Anyway, so that's, I'm coming up to the maneuver, and I think, oh, it's not quite on the ascending node, because I did it from far out. What am I doing? Okay, there, I'm just burning anyway. Yeah, there you go, not a number, I've got that. Pretty nice. And it's about now I start trying to get a maneuver, and I spend ages doing this. At 4 times it was about a minute and a half, so I skipped that because you didn't want to see that. So as you can see, it's fading rather horribly slowly, and I have a maneuver to get it slightly closer to Duna. Kind of a fine tune, it's a tiny burn, but should solve all of my problems, except the Kerbals trapped on Kerbals? Yeah, Kerbals trapped on Duna, but they're going to be saved. And now I fade out because I tried getting a maneuver and it went horribly, so I gave up. And because I tried to get it even closer, but I didn't, and so I gave up. Anyway, yeah, just coming up. This takes a little while for some reason. Just a big thank you to all the new subscribers I've just got, which, well, I got them from a shout out on Harv's charity livestream, because I donated and asked for a shout out because my channel was really small at the time. Well, that was actually like 5 hours ago. But anyway, no, 4 hours ago. But I was surprised how many subscribers I got. I got like 28 in a day and a whole bunch of views, so just thanks for that, and you know. So yeah, so I thought I'd upload this today to kind of, you know, as a thank you. Anyway, oh yeah, I've got into the orbit, the sphere of influence. I'm just quickly changing my inclination from far out, because I find that saves a bit of fuel. And I'm just using the maneuver node to give me a guide of where to burn, because I'm going to burn from here, and that's going to be most efficient. Probably. I actually am not sure where's best to burn for changing your inclination. I have no idea. So if someone could tell me, that'd be great. But anyway, I'm doing my best. And something. Oh yeah, now I'm slowing down because I want to get my perigee quite low so I can kind of get a fine close approach. Just maneuver nodes. As I said, there are quite a lot of maneuvers in this because it was quite a maneuvery mission. I had to get a fine tune, and that was difficult. So I'm just trying to kind of incorporate lots of maneuvers, trying to change my inclination, and it says it'll be about a 300 delta V burn, and I'm thinking, okay, that'll be fine. That adds to about 900 delta V, but the actual first burn goes a lot more than that. It's like that ends up being like 1100 or something, and then this one ends up being like 700. But luckily I packed so much fuel and using one nuclear engine that it doesn't actually matter, which is crazy. So I want to keep this fuel design and engine design, but change the tank design so it's much lower down and won't fall over as much as it usually does. Because KSP wise, I'm going to do a prison architect series, but KSP wise I intend to populate as much of the solar system as possible. That does include Duna. And yeah, you just see here it's a much heavier burn. But anyway, that does include Duna. I'd love to put a base on Duna, so I'm going to need a better Atmo lander. I'm just experimenting with maneuver nodes here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then I'm going to do my Starship series first, probably, because that looks like fun. And because starships are cool, and my Starship, if you haven't seen my Starship video, check it out. It's the interplanetary Kerbal. I've forgotten what I named it, but just look at my channel, you'll see it. And I intend, if you have seen it, I do intend to improve on the design because it's a little flawed right now, and I want to take more Kerbals out and probes and maybe more fuel, and maybe make it look nicer. And yeah, I'm not sure where Macy Dean still hasn't kind of done his series, so I'm not sure if my ship's going to be in it, but I don't really care because the series is awesome. So either way. Anyway, you can just see Duna below me. Oh yeah, that's the button I was trying to get. Duna below me with a really nice, with its ice caps. Oh no, it's actually above me. There is no up in space. But yeah, its south pole is, you can see its ice cap. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. And that's that done, and I'm bringing it down further still because I can. And just warping around. I should really find something cinematic because I got quite a nice cinematic picture for the thumbnail of my last video, so hopefully this one. Oh, I've overshot the perigee, but I'm burning retrograde now. As you can see, I probably tell I haven't prepared my words for this. I keep swapping subjects and jittering, but I hope it's watchable. If it's not, tell me and I'll improve myself. That's near enough, I think. And now I need to kind of guess the equator, which I do rather nicely. Get an Ike encounter, then don't want to go to Ike because there's no one to save on Ike. But anyway, so I've got my inclination fixed, which, yeah, as I say, was about 700 delta V burn rather than 300, which it originally said. The lying fool, let's call him a fool for now, for, you know, not getting yelled at for swearing. I don't know who would, but, you know, someone might have a problem with it. Anyway, I'm just coming down to the maneuver nice and slow for some reason. Oh, okay, yeah. So, just kind of carrying out the burn, because I really need to be on the same orbital plane as I was in the previous lander to land near it, and to return home I want to be kind of on the equator, because if I'd need to be very, very lucky and very, very accurate to do it with, to do it from a polar orbit. That'd be very skilled, which I'm not. And I think here I'm just kind of trying to guess and use maneuvers to know exactly where I should be. Yeah, see, because I don't like using the maneuver nodes too much, but they are useful. So I'm kind of trying to get a fairly equatorial orbit. Equatorial and circular. And I think that may have jumped a bit. I quickly looked away. If it did, I may have been. There was quite a lot of file corruption, including actually the save file corrupted just before I actually got home. So this video, you see all the saving, but just before I get to onto Kerbin, my computer, the game crashed and the save file corrupted. So I'm sorry about that, but all of the rest of the video is here, and it's still very cool. You get to see all the best stuff, just not the kind of returning home, which sucks. And I was thinking of a way I could kind of mince around it and make it look real, but it crashed on an escape velocity, so it would be very hard to fake that. So I will need a new save for all my future missions. But anyway, let's talk more about what's happening here. I'm bringing my perigee down and my what's the inclination down? I keep forgetting words. I'm tired. I just watched a 3-hour live stream, and yeah, I'm imagining quite a lot of you did. It's the halves one, and didn't sleep much last night because I couldn't be bothered. That didn't sound like any fun. And now I'm expending even more delta V to try and, well, to get in the right place to save this guy. I did this incredibly inefficiently. I'm not going to lie and say and try and make it look like I was efficient in this. I did this terribly. I did like all of this mission really awfully. I mean, I crashed a ship, almost killed Jebediah Kerman, lost a save file, like was super inefficient, had to keep changing things around, and like lost, just everything went wrong. But I do promise in the future I am going to try my utmost to kind of, oh, my screen's just turned off, try my utmost to kind of heighten the quality of my videos. Just kind of, I'm just lowering my landing legs early so I don't forget, because I think there has been a kind of a quality lapse recently, or, you know. Anyway, oh, that was a jump as well. I'm sorry, there's another jump there, but yeah, I will be kind of improving quality because oh, and I'm just because there's been a bit of a problems with software recently. Like my conversion software for the video formats broke, so I had to spend 3 hours uploading these videos so I could convert them on the internet. But anyway, I can't, let's not talk about that. I've just completely fixed my inclination, so I'm going to land right at the ship, or at least on the same plane as it, roughly. And you can see it over the hill. I've targeted it, so I have some kind of thing. And I didn't slow down the video for the landing, mainly because it was already a long as hell video, and you've seen landings before, so watching it 4 times will just make it a smoother experience. And there's a large running thing, I think. And there's my chutes deployed, I think fully deployed. Oh, my drogue chutes are fully deployed, my other chutes are just out a bit. And I'm coming in fairly close to the lander, closer than I thought I might get. But no, I'm really trying to slow down with that nuclear engine. Coming down, parachutes and engine trying to land well, irradiating. I thought I was going to fall over, but everything went fine. I'm a little over 1 kilometer away, and that was the best feeling. And then I accidentally decoupled because I meant to do the ladder. So I did reload, and I actually kind of meant to cut that out of the video, but I didn't. So yeah, I meant to get the ladder, realized I don't have a ladder, but I wasn't gonna permadeath that. That would be ridiculous. Anyway, back at the crashed ship with Jebediah Kerman. I've detached them so I can roll over, get him out, and 4 times it. So you're seeing 16 times right now. Sprinting across the surface, low battery, sprinting across the surface, going as fast as I can to get to the Duna rescue ship, because, well, he's been stuck on that tiny capsule for ages. He's probably insane now. I might have to decommission him from service. But yeah, in 2-1, now that people stay dead, I really wanted to save him. Although I'm pretty sure the commanders come back after a while. But still, I didn't want that on my rap sheet that I'd killed someone. So we're just kind of getting kind of close now. Sprinting and vibrating on the screen because it's so fast. Time accelerate. And running up to the ship. And I realised, no, there's no ladder, how am I going to do this? But luckily for me, on Duna, RCS just about works. Not well, as you'll see, because there is still a lot of atmo and pretty strong gravity. And I'm kind of mincing around, and if you drop it, you have to spend ages pulling it back up. But that's me in orbit. In orbit, in the ship. That's Jeb and Bill, happy in the ship. And now we can get ready to go. That's really slow with the nuclear engine, so I fire up the other engines. That's why I have them. Burning, kind of almost gravity turning almost instantly because it's so fast. Now I've dropped the first stage, the booster stage, and now I'm just going up with the nuclear engine stage. Not burning. I'm hardly burning any fuel because it's a nuclear engine, just one. Pretty light payload, and I've already out of atmo. Well, my apoaps is out of atmo, so I'm just kind of warping up to it. So I can burn, kind of trying to be at least a tiny bit efficient. Although I kind of gave up by now on efficiency because this was ridiculous. And the ship's so efficient anyway that it doesn't matter how much fuel I burn, really. I mean, it's going to be near enough. But anyway, a little off the apoaps I'm burning so that I can burn right up to it without having to pull up off the horizon. And just really quickly pushing my my orbit round. Even at 1 times this was super fast. I mean, yeah, So it's not even a G of acceleration because it's such a weak-ass engine. And now we're out. Oh no, the perigy's still in Atmo, so I walk round to the apoapse to kind of burn and get it fairly circular. That's circular enough for my liking. And I've left the ship on the surface, and I was going to think about doing something with it, but the save file died, so I can't. And I'm about a year off. So anyway, so I just skipped all of that because I had to go and warp around and find a maneuver, and that took a while. So I've got that right here, as you probably just briefly saw. And ooh, and my burn's actually just above the crashed ship, so I get one last chance to say goodbye to it. Although I hate that ship, it ruined my life. Well, you know, my life wasn't that ruined. I mean, it wasn't, you know, that bad, but still, it was annoying, and made a two-part series a two-part series. It didn't actually change that much, just made it kind of cooler. So yeah, actually that probably, you know, made my life considerably better. Anyway, an ejection burn on Duna is like 730 delta V. That's pretty good, and I start burning. Oh no, I do a test burn there to see how long it'll take. 153, so start burning at 55-ish. I'm too tired to do the actual maths, and I was probably pretty tired at this point. I think it was quite late at night. It was a while ago. I mean, it was like a week ago that I did this mission, and there's just been so many issues with my software that it's just taken ages to get it here. But it's here now, and bringing my perigee down to near Kerman. And you can see I'm just cancelling my maneuvers so I can do it by eye rather than anything else. And that's a close approach. And the close approach will soon become an encounter. There you go. I wasn't too worried about that because as long as I'm at Kerman it should be fine, but I get it pretty low actually. And I kind of wanted to get it in Atmo so I could come in super crazy fast. And I tried setting adding another maneuver, but it won't let me for some reason. It was kind of annoying about that. But anyway, it doesn't particularly matter. I warp out. Just kind of super fast warp out. And I've escaped. And something's still wrong. I have a Duna escape again. It makes no sense. The game glitched the more. I tried reloading the save, as you can see. Didn't help. Tried adding maneuvers. These then didn't go perfectly, didn't go very well. I'm just trying to figure out when I realized that I should just walk past this other escape. After I spent ages doing maneuvers, trying to kind of do this. Oh, and then I figured it out. I figure that's all fine. Because there was some kind of plane change issue. I don't really know. But anyway, I'm coming in around Kerbal to Kerman as fast as I can. I think I might add a maneuver. Yeah, I do. Oh no! It won't let me add a maneuver. Luckily for you guys, because that would have been even more time. And you probably can tell my voice is getting pretty tired because I've been speaking flat out for 23 minutes, and my mouth got kind of dry. But it should be fine. I'm fine. It'll be fine. You can just see we're coming around parallel to Kerman now. Can't see it. I always like to see it before I get there, and I think I do see a dot of it or something, but you probably won't see it 4 times. It's somewhere in the thing, in the vicinity. And I'm coming down to the encounter pretty soon, and you get it. That's 7 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the game crashes. And I'm sorry about that. You don't get to see them return to Kerman because the game crashed and the save file corrupted. I am really terribly sorry about that. There was nothing I could do. I tried everything. I tried a bit of modding, a little various things, and nothing worked. But I hope you've enjoyed the rest of this video. If you liked the video, please like it. If you want to see more, including upcoming better quality, just generally more awesome series, please subscribe. This has been KSP with KSP with Tape. I will see you next time.